Hi, I want to talk to you today about one of the most exciting events we have coming up this year, and that's our missions trip to Guatemala with Servant Ministries. We're looking forward to all the details falling into place, and so I wanted to put together just a brief video to talk to two kinds of people. One, if you're curious about what's going on, and number two, if you're actually going, you might want some more details. And so I want to walk through a couple of things that we've put together. I want to thank Sarah for helping me to do all this. But first of all, our next meeting is June 19th at 10 a.m. in the Blue Rooms down there. During that meeting, we'll be talking about our video training schedule. We have some videos that have been supplied to us that help us get ready for the trip, and we'll be meeting in a little longer format in August, September, and October. Watching those videos and getting things together to help us be as ready as we can be for this trip. There are a couple of key deadlines that are looming, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about them. First of all, August 1st is the deadline to have your $700 into Sarah so that we can be sure and get the plane tickets and pay for the expenses to get to Guatemala. Okay, so that means that by now you've already sent out your support letter, and I've had several people tell me that they've gotten a great response from people about that, and many of them have gotten a lot of funds, and so please make sure that you do that. It's a great exercise in trusting God and watching Him provide, and it's also going to be a helpful part of you reaching that August 1st deadline and having that money. So be sure and connect with Sarah as that approaches. The other deadline is you also have to have, by August 1st, your passport in hand. By then, which means by June 20th, which is coming right up, you have to have applied for it, because it takes about 6 weeks, not always, but sometimes up to 6 weeks to get it back. And so you have to have that as soon as possible. So if you've yet to apply for your passport, you need to do that by June 20th at the very latest. So those are some key deadline details that we wanted you to be made aware of. Now, also, I want to talk to you a little bit, especially for those of you who aren't going but are curious about what's going to happen, is the actual schedule that's sort of penciled in for us at this point. It looks like we'll be doing some outreach in terms of, looks like about 4 church services. We're doing some painting of some pastors' homes and doing what's called an adopt a child activity, where we spend a day with one of the children that come to the center that Servant Ministries has there, and visiting some mountain schools and churches, and we'll also be putting together some school packs. What that means is that we will talk to you more this summer about the supplies we'll need to bring with us to make these school supply packs. There's a specific list of things that go in there. You'll hear more about that probably by the end of June, and what we need to put in them. We'll put those together and we'll leave those with the school. The other distribution thing that we'll be doing, we'll be gathering some food resources, putting these food bags together, and then going out to the community as a group to distribute that food. So those are some more details about deadlines and also about actual activities. If you have more questions about the trip, if you want to support those involved, or you're actually on the list to go and you have more questions, be sure to call me, and actually call Sarah. She has all the details. But if you have some larger conceptual questions that you want to discuss with me, please feel free to give me a call. It's going to be a great trip. We're going to have a good time, and God's going to work. So thanks for taking a moment to review this with me.